Start for like 4 fucking minutes. Get going, man. What are you
I
doing?
started it. I started
What are
it.
you doing?
We are
Did you actually start
active.
it?
Yeah, I started it.
I don't see that. Oh, but there's a delay, isn't there?
Yeah, there's.
Oh wait, no, it's on.
Which
It's
is
going.
which is good because
Oh,
Ian just started it with.
It says we're live.
Yeah, it's gone.
I need to pull it up so because I can't see our stream. Hi everyone. Oh wait, we're not in yet.
I don't think there's anyone here yet.
There's no one in here. I have the stream chat
it's fine.
open. I think it should tell me if people join.
Yeah, it should.
Twitch.tv/separated.
Oh, here. Let me see if I can hear it. I'm gonna mute over here real quick. Yes, I can hear it.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. So we have 4 people. Oh, so the one person is watching us at the moment.
Well, I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here. So who's the 4th person here early?
Welcome to the pre-show. Oh my God, we're at 7, guys. This is legit.
We're early.
Now we're gonna be silent.
Yeah, but I had to go.
Oh, so yeah, go ahead, go pee.
Okay, I'm going pee.
We'll banter about the Twitch guy anytime.
I feel like
Ian.
Sam is.
Ian, you gotta fix your hair first of all. What did you just do? It was
Oh,
perfectly
God.
coiffed, and now.
It is. It's quite bad. What happened? Oh, it's because I took my headphones off. Oh, disgusting. I guess I could like completely lay it over my face, but I feel like it's cooler if it's just
There you go.
all in the way. Yeah.
Did you hear about the Twitch guy who decided to live stream his whole life? So he's like,
No, I
24
didn't.
hours streaming. You haven't heard about
This
this guy?
just sounds like a terrible idea.
No, but it's genius. So I don't know why people are doing this, but we should do it.
Did you get ad revenue from that?
Well, so yeah, see, it has it that people have to submit money, whatever, some coin or something. I don't know. How does this work? And
I don't know this new fancy
and
world.
whatever they submit gives them 10 more seconds of live time. So everyone has to keep submitting stuff. So he has got a counter on the actual Twitch feed of how many hours he has left of like his life, basically, and it keeps building it up. And it was at like a full day, every day and a half the other day.
That's kind of genius.
Yeah,
Actually.
literally, it's like him sleeping in the nighttime and just like.
And people just like throw money, like, oh man. Maybe it's like some people just feel very relaxed watching some. Like, is he a really chill guy? Like, does he just like, I don't know, play lo-fi hip hop or something?
So whoever's watching,
guys,
you can.
We have 2 chats, guys.
2 chats. We have 2 chats.
One
2
person
people
said
have
hi,
chatted. I was like, no,
and
I'm only
someone said,
monitoring
"Hey."
one.
Should we say goodbye? Is that the response?
No. Say hello.
Oh wait, oops.
Oh,
Good timing with the angelic. So we're just testing out levels.
Oh, are we?
Well,
Are we?
I'd like to test out levels. Witcher Flower, can you tell me if the levels sound okay? Hello, Kevin.
Oh dang! I didn't know there'd be this many people actually in Twitch. This is intense.
I know, it's crazy.
JC's really quiet.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Oh yeah, because his microphone is he needs to like keep his mouth on it like a radio announcer.
Like a really.
Yeah.
Whew. My room is like 15 degrees hotter than the other room. I'm in it.
I think you're just nervous, dude. I think that's all it is. As he slowly drifts away
So nervous.
into oblivion.
Hi,
man.
Coolio Kitty.
All right. Seems like it sounds all right.
Thanks, Witcher,
I'm-
for turning on the air conditioning for me.
Well, now I know who that is. I wonder who it could be.
Someone has remote control of my air conditioning. It's actually a new user experience thing from Google.
Was
Good
that
Twitch
like
feature.
was that like a pre-order bonus? If you pre-ordered the record, you got like AC control to David's house.
Yeah, you can control my house,
Oh,
my
man.
baby monitor, the dog food.
You know, there's like the Patreon levels for people, like they can like do like you could like sub like $500 a month or something, and you get like extravagant rewards. That should have been it. Been like, I'll give you my Google Nest account so you can control the temperature of my house.
JC, were we extending your guys' faces all the way down? Did we talk about that? I can't remember what we decided.
No, I think what you got's good.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It's an existential
Question.
thing.
Existential
Come on.
crisis. Yeah, obviously.
Not a crisis, just an existential thought. You know, like if
I
our
mean,
face
started in 1 minute.
If your face extends, that's a crisis to me, man. And if all of a sudden I come
Your
walking
face is
in
extending, man.
like an oblong sphere, and then an oblong spheroids, it's like, oh hi guys, I have a long face now.
Why the long
How's it
face?
going? Oh, I see what you did there, David.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Right in time for the hit here.
I don't know what the hell is here.
The hit, the music hit. That was...
Oh,
the number one hit.
welcome. 8 p.m. Have you seen your emo kid lately? I don't know.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. All 18 of you. That's a bigger number than I thought.
18?
18.
Oh my God.
Wow,
right
there's
to my-
18 people.
Okay.
If you're hanging out,
Weird.
great. Feel free to chat. We're gonna kind of vibe on the participation here.
Are we?
I mean, I don't
We're vibing on the
know.
participation of 18 people.
Please contribute to the conversation. We've got a couple things. We're gonna hang out for about a half hour, and then I need to go feed the baby. Hell
Feed us
yeah.
the baby.
Wait,
I thought this was going to 9. Did you lie to me? Is that what?
It's going, guys. This is at least a 24-hour stream. We have to keep the
Oh,
audience entertained yet.
Oh my God, you're right. Well,
Leave on a high note.
tomorrow I do have to go to Costco, so we could live stream that whole adventure.
Oh, there we
could
go.
all go to like a separate Costco and do
a
like
separate Costco?
separated Costco. That'd be entertaining to try to sync that up. I think Zoom could handle it. I think it'd be
Absolutely.
alright.
Hi, everyone. Should we introduce ourselves? Or I don't know
No.
what this is, like a professional Zoom call. Like,
Oh, we already lost some people. So
Yeah.
of course.
The
Whatever.
moment you said like, can we introduce ourselves? We were like, no.
All right, David, JC, that's Ian. We all three made this album. We're so happy that you're all joining us here. I don't know.
Hey, David, you're doing great. You're doing a great job.
Oh,
Killing
thanks.
it. You're killing
Thanks.
it, buddy. Keep going. We'll just applaud you from the background.
Yeah.
Kind of like those two.
We're just gonna go
Muppet
through. We're gonna go
dudes.
through some stuff. We're gonna show you some stuff, and then, yeah, that's all. We're gonna play a song for you, a couple songs, talk about how we made this thing. Yeah,
Should
answer
be cool.
questions.
Maybe you want to start off, David. What is this album about?
right. Is that the next slide?
No.
Is that the next slide? We're not giving a PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Jesus. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
PowerPoint me, David.
the album itself, we
I don't think it's
I
clipped
wrote
out of
it in.
context.
No, it is completely.
I hope someone clips PowerPoint me, David, and like it becomes like a thing. I could have said PowerPoint me, Daddy. That probably would have been better.
No, it would not have been better, Ian.
The moment has passed.
Yeah, so I wrote this in the lyrics for the album in 2010, give or take. And then it just sat in a like Word file, and then it went from a Word file to like a. Anyways, the album. What is it about, right? So it's a concept album, and that'll just leave it at that, guys. Okay,
Wow.
just leave
You're
it
not gonna
cryptic.
explain the concept?
Can't
Okay,
even.
We have a captive audience. They literally
you
are
do.
doing nothing else
Okay,
on the Friday night. other than
everyone.
listen to our.
Are you gonna disappoint Coolio Kid? Coolio is it Coolio Kid?
I don't
Coolio-
know who these people are.
Are you
so-
gonna disappoint Coolio
okay.
Kitty?
So, yeah. So what?
See, they want you to explain it.
I
Thank
will
you,
explain
Coolio
it
Kitty.
from the beginning.
Explain it.
So it's
4
a.
seconds or less.
What's that?
Well, maybe not the beginning. It's fairly,
Start at the
it's pretty
beginning.
long.
Yeah.
Maybe like a TLDR, but like a good TLDR.
Thank you for cracking a beer. All right, here we go.
Cheers, beer people.
Cheers, beer
I know who you
people.
are.
Okay, so I won't go through the whole thing. Essentially, we have a main protagonist here, Atlantic is his name. We'll talk about how we came up with that. I don't actually know. Jonathan has a story for that. Anyways, main protagonist
sailed the 7
here.
oceans.
Sails the 7 seas. Okay, so basically it's a journey following this individual's life. Starting out when he's a child, and the first couple songs you can hear are pretty intense. Starting out with like just really intense trauma and the worst stuff that could happen to a kid, and kind of being exposed to organized crime. That's really the biggest thing here is at his youth, and then he's being mistreated, and then he grows up, and then we move on to the kind of the next section. And the biggest section here is like getting to what's up, Elp? Getting to know him as an adult, going to this club essentially that's owned by our main antagonist, the dragon. I don't know how much to get into here because this lore goes deep, everyone.
Yeah, it's fairly extensive, but it is kind of cut into 4 sections ish almost.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right? Like, and it's delineated by a couple tracks that are episodic, if you will.
Yeah, Derek, there is.
I think they have episode in the name. Yes, they do.
There's 4. Well, the episodes, they're like different. All of the 4 episodes on the album kind of represent passage of time, either a small passage of time or a large one. But what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Help me, guys.
Well, so yeah.
Where was I going with this?
I would like to know, because you were kind of diving in, right? There's like the protagonist and the antagonist, the dragon. There's like some organized crime. It's got this
right. So he grows up.
Mafia shit.
Yeah, there's some crazy mafia shit, and so he grows up, and essentially is like recruited to work for the dragon, and all the while he falls in love with the dancer, and it really starts to focus on their relationship, and he opens up about his trauma. I'll get to the separate here in a second. He opens up about his trauma, and it's kind of ultimately about her accepting him, and them kind of creating their own world together and going off and living in that world. And of course, it's a story, so we need drama. So the dragon comes and
we need drama.
We need drama.
I must force drama.
So the dragon comes and really messes it up, and kind of steps into their relationship, ultimately resulting in maybe or not her death. So
are you purposely being vague?
No, not really.
That?
No,
Oh,
I'll
He's
clarify.
avoiding the question. I'm pretty sure he avoided the question.
I think he's just avoiding it. Yeah, like I don't know if that's a strategic spoiler. Like we're trying to be like,
yeah, it's such a you had to stay to the end of this in order to actually.
You got. You gotta listen
first
to
of
the
all,
whole
David,
18-track record.
I think the issue is you started explaining it without the welcome slide. We didn't have the right slide up.
Oh, you're right.
Didn't have the right.
We have to go
slide.
back to the welcome
I
slide.
spent a whole 7 seconds. No, go next.
The next,
there we go.
this one.
Look at that beautifully formatted welcome slide, guys.
This is the welcome slide. Yeah. Oh, they're on a delay, so they can't. Okay. Welcome, everyone.
All right. Now we've been welcomed. And maybe before we get everyone way too distracted, we should show some music at some point.
Sorry.
This thing kicked off,
I could just go. Yeah. We need a host here.
There's one person who said like it sounds like a therapist wrote this, and I would like to add before we get into like music. David, how much of this is influenced by the Deer Hunter, and why is it 95% of it?
I was super into the Deer Hunter at the time.
Let's pull
okay,
up the
Jonathan is
photos.
wrangling us here. Okay, just to
trying to
clarify,
host
also
this
Wrangled.
we'll talk about the separate in a minute.
You can talk a little more. Let's pull up some photos of us
Okay.
in a recording of the past 13 months, I think it was about, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been like
February.
13 months, yeah.
February last year, where I was like, hey, David, give me some of those lyrics that you wrote 10 years ago, and let's see what we can do. And then, I don't know what happened. A lot of nonsense, I think, started. And at some point,
A lot of nonsense.
we wrangled it together to be something that was halfway listenable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was basically Jonathan was stuck in Fiji because of COVID, and I had this album sitting there, and we were like, let's just do this. So we decided to like just make one of the songs, which ended up being Sleep. We just like basically passed it back and forward, and like Jonathan sent this like mastered, almost exactly what you hear in the final version of Sleep, and I was like, holy shit, like sounds actually legit, so let's make this thing. And our other band, The Last Decade, like because of COVID, we weren't doing a lot, and so it was like, okay, let's just do this. Like, and so yeah, we just started passing the files back and forth with Logic and like coming up with ideas.
Reason.
What's that?
And Reason.
No.
And
no,
Reason.
go home
Logic
with that.
and Reason.
Go home with that joke. I don't want to hear it again. Oh my god.
First
And
dad joke.
yeah, and that was it. I mean, we just kept passing it back and forth for 12 months, and we ended up with this thing.
It takes like 5 minutes to download one of them. Like I think by the end of it, the project files got so large that it was like, at least for your boy over here, it took me like 5 to 6 minutes to download one, and there'd be like 60 fucking tracks. And it's like, oh good, this is great. But I had the special versions of the file, so it was a little bit faster.
We gave you the optimized. Only focus
I got
on
the
this one part.
optimized experience. Yeah, I got
Yet
the
you still
optimized.
complain.
Yeah, we ended up with, we were passing the files back and forth, and we used Google Drive Sync, and it was a whole thing. And then we ended up with like, I think the whole thing, like all of it is like almost 100 gigabytes of just crap. I don't even know. And the music's in there too, but yeah, this is us working on it. You can see in the background, something to point out, or a couple things like we can look at, right, is like Fiji, me sitting there on the floor, that's where we recorded We Made It. That's like, the whole song is natural reverb. It's just me sitting on the floor playing it, and Jonathan was standing there taking pictures.
Which David's going to actually potentially recreate later tonight.
I'm gonna play it tonight, in a couple minutes here.
Wait, you're not going to recreate the scene? I thought we discussed that.
I'm gonna go to the house with the we were moving at the time, and we had an empty room, and so
So yeah, you're gonna empty out the house.
I'm gonna empty the house.
Dasha already turned the AC down, so it's already nice and cool in there for
Yeah.
you to get ready to do it. Clear out the house and get a mic stand. It'll be good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, reminder.
Reminder.
Go ahead, David.
Go.
You're reminding.
Well, you can go to our website, theseparated.net, and vote. Basically, we're gonna. I mean, I've already told a lot of the story, but we're gonna dive into detail for a couple minutes and look at one of the songs in like kind of a more deep dive, and we'll listen to some of it as well and talk about it. So go to our website and check it out and vote, and yeah, we'll go back. We'll revisit it here in a little bit.
So who wants some music? Woo! I think I heard the entire 4,000 people on this
Dude,
stream.
like literally everyone who's ever listened to the Coldplay cover just cheered unanimously. I felt it. I felt it in my heart.
Wait, where'd our music go?
Which
That's
what,
next up, David.
what music?
Wasn't it?
What music?
Our video.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Your whole VLC thing that you were
Not
like
the
so
VLC's
stoked
been
about.
playing already. This is something that Jonathan and I put
sorry.
together a while ago. A while ago, like 2 weeks ago. But here we go. Let's see.
Hello, says a voice from the phone. Hello, is your father at home? Hello. Ooh, can't you see what this is? It's the place of the damned and the dirty, the sin. Can you hear what I'm saying? You've gone too far, turn back now. Don't you know where you are? The road that you try places like this that encourage the dirty, the rotten, the sick. If only you knew how far this all goes. Send your mother some roses. Forget what you know. This is it, says the voice from the crowd. This is it, pour a glass and sit down. This is it, are you listening to me? There is smoke on the stage, it's the light that you say. Can you hear what I'm saying? You've gone too far, turn back now. Don't you know where you are? The smiles and the light persist in their bliss. It's not separate, but something else in the mist. This is it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome
So
back.
fancy. So fancy.
So that was This Is It. It's one of the songs on the album. It's the acoustic version, obviously. I didn't explain what the separate was at the beginning. I just
No.
explained that it's a kid going through trauma. The separate is a world that he enters, kind of creates in his mind. Well, he enters it in his mind to escape, and it becomes real for him, and he's able to control it and change the colors. So Waves Over Sand is the song that describes that at the very beginning. But it's a place that he can go to escape. And then later on in the album, he rediscovers it through some trauma and brings the dancer with him. But we'll talk more about that later. But I
one's
felt
what-
like I needed to explain what it is.
That one's what, like the 9th track on the record, I think?
Which one?
The one we just
Sure is,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah. 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 It's like
9 of 18.
yeah, I guess it's exactly halfway through. So fancy
Well,
pick.
technically, there's 18 tracks, so it's at the beginning, end of halfway through. After the end of that song, now we're halfway through.
Is it 2 halves? Like, did you envision it as 2 halves? Like, if you would have printed on a vinyl, would you envision it as like 2? Well, I guess vinyl wouldn't have that much time, but would you
Actually,
envision it as
it
2
would be-
separate ones?
It'd be a double album vinyl, yeah. So that
Yeah, double album, right? Yeah, it makes sense.
We did talk about splitting it up into parts, but we decided to just throw the whole thing up and kind of like, that's it, and as a whole.
because everyone loves to sit down for an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and listen
exactly.
to music at once, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you do,
I
Ian.
mean, dude, there's sick drum solos in there. There's
I
like
think there's one.
Ian
sick.
did a lot of the drums on the album. We had like kind of rough drums and they sounded fine, and then we brought Ian in and he made it just come
what's
to
it,
life.
Alex? Was it Alex the drummer, or what? What was his name on
Nick,
Logic?
Alex,
Nick,
the Logic drummer.
Logic drummer Nick.
Hey, it worked.
We'll reveal our secrets.
There's even a dance tune in there, like straight up electronic dance tune.
Oh, that's what audience.
Good one.
Does anyone know what track the dance song is on? It's hidden at the end of one song. Whoever guesses it will get the album free, because we're kind of giving it away for anyways. But
You'll
we're
get a
also
digital
charging people
download
it.
for free.
Yeah, digital download. Anyone? We'll give a minute in the chat, and also we'll try to catch up now and do some Q&A. Next slide.
Next slide.
One
David's
person.
the
one person
worst
already answered. I don't know if
presentation
that's.
What? Yeah, we got some guesses. but
Track
we got two
11,
where
players.
not
What's
guessing into
11?
it.
Passage? No. Liz the Elf, we will give you the premium digital download version. Muse in the Dark. Derek, you got it.
Oh,
Look at that.
winner,
I don't. Who's
winner.
Derek anyway? And
Well, his name's Derek.
anyways,
Well, speaking of carpenters, yeah, we're gonna get to that a
Derek,
little later though. That's
the
for,
carpenter.
that's for a
Um,
future
Nice.
discussion. That's the post show.
It's also free
Stick
on
around,
Spotify.
people.
Yes, it is.
David
100%.
might leave, but Ian and I are going to be here for the next 12 to 14 hours all night long.
We're not leaving. This is it. This is our home. This is this.
Derek,
tiny
you get a
confined
free digital
space.
download. So yeah, Muse in the Dark. I can pull it up if you want to hear the.
Who said it's free
Dance
on
bar.
Spotify? Do you people realize that we make very little money when you play it on Spotify? Which you should. So if you play
I don't
it,
think
just-
are we allowed to talk about it publicly?
yeah, no,
I don't-
we
Anyways,
can do
Q and
that.
A. Let's ask some
Wait.
questions about the album, guys.
Wait,
When
no, I have a question about the album. Are we not allowed to talk about how you get like 0.2 of a cent per play? Is that like
That-
is Spotify gonna come and like take us offline? Are we gonna get DNCA'd?
0.28, Ian. It depends. Sometimes 0.3 if or point yeah. No, 0.03. What is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tremendously
What is
small
each of our favorite
Wait, just
songs?
keep playing. Just hit replay, please. Just play it when you're sleeping as overnight tunes, you know.
Don't have your headphone like just turn the volume all the way down.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Dude, seriously.
We got asked to play Goldeneye for 12 hours, so I mean we could do that. I'm
Yeah.
down.
So to start our Q&A, since we're getting very distracted.
Well, we got
as
it. We have a
love to do.
queue. We have what is each of our favorite songs, or one of our
Oh.
favorite songs.
That's a good one. David, what's your favorite song?
It shifts so much. Just off the top of my head, one of my favorite songs, I think "Away," just because you and I at the end, like that was the last song that we wrote and like recorded, and it was just like screw it, like let's just put everything we want in there and not make any sense with the whole song. And I was like super frustrated in the vocal closet, and it's not vocal booth; it was literally a closet, and like at the end of it though, like it just came together into this like messy masterpiece that I love. So I think that's my favorite.
Messy
Messy
Okay.
masterpiece. How's that for
I thought it was
alliteration?
Not that messy, but you know, I mean,
It's not. You cleaned it up. It's actually it's not
I
messy.
think I'm quitting the band, David. I think that's it. This is
Yeah,
my
done.
last
it's
night,
over.
guys.
Yeah, this is
Insult.
it.
Insult.
This is my last podcast of one podcast.
one of one.
I think for me it's probably between apnea or sleep. Those are probably my
Ooh,
favorites of the
mine is
record.
also apnea or sleep. See, this
Yeah.
is why.
Interesting.
Ian and I
Yeah.
think are going to just do an offshoot band.
An offshoot, the separated,
So
like double
they call it
ED.
sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea.
There we go. That'll be our first concept album.
Oh, but that's genius. Sleep apnea.
Go off. Turn it off. Turn off the stream. Let's do this.
Start over. Can it? Toss it all away. Yeah, no, I don't know. Apnea is dope.
Previews of favorite songs. Okay. Yeah. Here, this is the intro to Apnea, everyone.
Wow, David has this technology? That's amazing.
It should be playing right now.
Is it?
Tell me if it's not playing, guys, in the chat, because I can't hear it. Working. All right, that's Apnea.
Perfect. Indeed.
Y'all have heard Sleep.
Well, we think they have. We don't know.
That's our single. Everyone's heard this one.
all 12,
Everyone's heard that
all
one.
12 people.
All 15. 15.
Let's
There's
not
15.
comment on the amount of people. Everyone's here. We
No, I
love
mean
you
12
all.
on Spotify. That has 12 plays.
Oh,
Oh, it has 12 plays. Oh.
13.
My
now.
dad's one of them.
I think it has a few more than that.
I think that's my dad's favorite one. Actually, no. I think his favorite one is Waves. I'm pretty sure his favorite one is still Waves. That's what he said the other day. So I think it's still probably Waves.
So that's Sleep. And then we have what Away is here. I just love the intro of this. This is all Jonathan's doing here. Just gonna look at the camera while this is going.
Just stick it.
All right, that's the intro.
He's
It's
calling.
6.5 minutes long, so you can go check it out yourself. All right. Those are our three favorite. Any other questions?
I know we had a question in the other chat on the website, which was David, what's the album? What was the album like recording it separated while also being the separated?
That's a good question. What was it? I don't. It was just finding time to record, I guess, or like go in the vocal closet and scream for like an hour, and then go and make dinner or whatever, and then send you. Really, the biggest issue was like getting the tracks back and forth, and like all the plugins that I used and didn't work when Jonathan opened them. Spitfire audio is great, but also it's like just does not work in between computers. So, and Witcher Flower made dinner a few times
David
in
made
the last year. So
masterful orchestral pieces that just then like never like when I would open it up, it would just be kind of like
it's
these,
flat
like
MIDI.
clang clong, like weird South Indian sounding
It's
nonsense.
like all like this one in particular. This is my Hans Zimmer inspired little ditty.
Okay.
It was just completely. Wait, you don't hear the hits there? The percussion in your chest?
I feel it.
All right, yeah. So that's. I'll keep that playing in the background and just lower it because I have that control. Yeah.
Singer's got to have the control.
So
Yeah, I
that's what it
think
was like. What about you guys?
Yeah, Ian, what was it like?
I mean, for me, it's like playing drums in like an all electronic fashion is really boring. It really just is like opening, like.
Wait, you're not.
thing
You
and
revealed the
clicking
secret that
around.
that the drums are all electronic. We weren't supposed to reveal that, Ian.
It's real.
No,
That's like Milli
I'm just
Vanilli.
saying there's some programming involved. You're the one who just spoiled it, Jonathan.
Oh, oops.
No, like it's super boring. So it was definitely more of like switching into the mode of like very creative writing and then back into like a very analytical state and having to be like, okay, how long does this note have to be? Okay, what velocity does this have to be? That was very, very demanding. I'm not gonna lie. Like Sleep, there's a section in Sleep where there's like this pretty weird drum part during the verse before you go into the chorus. It was a nightmare to program.
Well,
was
Ian,
the worst.
we did meet up before you moved south and actually tried to record,
Oh,
but then we
yeah.
realized that what our ambitions were, I think, for doing things and our knowledge of the song, since it was kind of like I would write a bit of it and it was like, here you go, Ian, learn this in 5 seconds and make a bunch of crazy drum parts. It was a little intense to do in short sessions we had. So
Yeah,
That's where I
especially
think-
like
I have.
with Waves. There's one part. I think you kept some of the live track from when we did Waves, though.
yeah, I think there's potentially one little
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, I have the full. I recorded that whole thing that you guys were doing. I was watching on webcam because COVID had started by then, but you guys were social distancing during that rehearsal or that practice, and I was watching on webcam and recorded the whole thing. So I'll use
Yeah,
it for
there's-
blackmail later.
Yeah, obviously. Dude, I remember there's this one part I was so proud of myself that I was able to play because I remember writing it. It was one of the rare times I wrote a part completely like away from my drum set without any sticks. Like I almost never do that. And I was able to play it barely to a click track. I was like, oh my God, I'm the best. I was so proud of myself. And then Jonathan was like, you screwed up.
You
I was
tried.
like,
You got close.
yeah.
All right. So
Well, I think should we listen to some more music?
yeah, well, I think we should. Is this? I opened our little like schedule that we had for this, and then I put it in a weird tab or I closed it. So I actually had
Now
no
you
idea.
told
what,
everybody that there's a schedule. That was
Yeah,
a
this is supposed to be
mistake.
completely off the
I
cuff.
mean, it's
and
off the
I'm so
cuff.
amazed
This like
with our-
this
It's
slideshow
totally
just
off the
appeared.
cuff, man.
So what do?
Well, so next slide, David. Come on.
Okay, next slide, David. Next slide, David. Oh, right. We were gonna.
And also cue up the song. So we're gonna debut what we're gonna pretend is our second signal, which we'll probably release in a few weeks here, maybe to get a little more promotion, which we think is a pretty good one. This is also one of my top favorites because it's kind of got a different vibe than a lot of the album. Some of the stuff is kind of heavier and more intense. Players is more of kind of this kind of chill, kind of held back vibe for a lot of it, which is kind of cool. It's got this held back intensity that we really like. So we're gonna see if we can actually promote this one and maybe make us famous with it.
Famous.
Maybe let's play a little bit and we can talk about it.
We are playing.
Oh my god. Sorry.
The walk, the proposition, and the message all to blame. They walk in and stand out with the gesture, sit down, speaking calmly. They smile,
You gotta dance along like that.
hold their head like a crown. It's a dangerous, poisonous place. Lift a car, light a match, have a dream, separate. There's no place like this place. If the price is right, you can live for today.
There's our faces.
Stands out with the jury around, speaking softly, he smiles, a dragon around. It's a dangerous poison.
Okay, I'm fading out. You'll have to listen to the rest of it when it comes out, although it's already out. Stopped it at the
Try.
reference to the dragon.
Oh,
So, you know,
very
when you're
nice.
listening to it. Drumtrowns. The drum track sounds sick. Thanks, Coolio. That's all Ian. Or is it?
Dude,
I don't know.
this Coolio Kitty, they're coming after me.
How do you guys not realize who that is yet?
One moment in time, Coolio Kitty is like, he's too happy, and then one moment he's like, this is so cool.
I think Coolio Kitty just moved to LA and he thinks he's really
He thinks he's
Special.
really Coolio, like
Because he
put
is.
it all in
Okay?
his
He
name.
is.
This guy, man, he's come on.
All right, so what do we have next? Am I playing it?
That was good. I don't know. What are we doing? We're talking more, but then maybe we're looking at our fan vote and seeing how it's building up.
Oh, yeah.
I see so many more votes than earlier. But at least there's a few.
Was that sarcasm?
No.
Oh.
Come on. Me?
John,
Never.
sarcastic.
Let's see. Let me do a full refresh. Let's see if there was happen to be any more. Yep, there's a lot more. There's tons of responses here, guys. I mean, this is
What are we at?
overwhelmed with the amount of votes. We appreciate all of it.
I'm gonna go vote too.
Too late. Voting is closed.
Oh dang it!
I mean, it's still open, but
What are we
I
doing?
think we're
Is
gonna
it
pick.
Sleep?
I think sleep is
Sleep
the
is the
highest
one.
voted.
All right.
So maybe let's talk about it, David. Before
Yeah,
we-
let's talk about it. I think
This is-
yeah.
it's our hit single. I don't know why, because it mingles.
No, because it's
I think
great.
you talked about it a bit
it
earlier.
was the first song we recorded, and it's I think it's most of our favorites. I would also put it as one of my favorites. Sleep wins by
So
a
it's
lot.
supposed to put people to sleep, right? That's the essence of it.
Yeah, so, I
No.
mean,
what?
here we go. Into the lore.
Wait, hold
everyone.
on. No, wait. If that was the intent, I
Yeah.
goofed that entirely.
So-
What?
it's a lullaby.
That-
It's a lullaby for people who love metal. That's why it's like a subtle metal song. Right?
Fancy.
No.
No. Let David explain. I think we're killing his artistic vision.
I'm
right now.
I'm
I can
about
see
to
him
dive into this,
wincing.
guys, and it's
I can see him dying right now. He's like, oh my
my
god.
pupils
no.
are dilated. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to enter the separate.
Take us away.
All right,
Separate us.
the stage is
Separate me,
set.
Daddy.
I'm stuck on what you. Okay, so essentially,
we have home
okay, so
studios. Kevin, my home studio is right here. Do you not see the home studio? I tried my best to make it look studio-ish. David also has a guitar behind him.
I have a guitar, so it
Does
makes
that not
it.
look like a studio? Come on.
So
Yes.
the yeah, essentially, okay, so he goes on the separate. He grows up and he hasn't been to the separate, and it just felt like it was kind of like a dream to him. It wasn't real. And then he works for the dragon after he meets the dancer and falls in love, etc. He decides to work for the dragon, which is a horrible mistake. And so he ends up like making a bunch of bad decisions working for him. And through that trauma, etc., he essentially re-enters the separate and is like, "Oh, this is nice. I feel calm. I feel clean, and etc. I feel good." And he comes back from it, and he's basically telling the dancer about the separate in sleep, and he's being vulnerable, and he's just kind of telling the story of what happened and etc. And she at the end, in kind of an act of forgiveness and acceptance, sings the song back to him. So at the end, when it's like "Sleep, dear one, sleep," that's essentially her singing back to him, and accepting him. So that's what sleep is about. And at that moment, they're deciding, okay, we're going to sleep, and let's go to the separate. And so they're saying, okay, we're doing this, and that starts kind of the latter half of the album where they go to the separate together. Yeah, that's the song.
Maybe let's listen a little bit for a few minutes.
Sure.
JC's like, I have nothing else to talk about.
No, we're trying to. This is supposed to be a musical
promotion
/ discussion, so we gotta mix and match. You know, we're
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
the music's playing, guys.
makes its way down your back
This would be so much better if we could hear that.
and sends chills down your spine.
Amateur.
The exit is bright. Now
Next
you're
slide, David,
asking
next
for
slide.
more.
Okay, we're listening to the song, but we're going to the next slide.
Screams out from the door.
That's not the idea.
They implore you to stay
I like the idea of making a
and be welcomed by him. Only pleasure remains. Do you know
They can't.
where
very quiet.
we could pretend to do this song like a cappella. If you want to listen to the real version of the song, so listen here.
All right, pulling that back. I'll go to the end here so you can hear her singing to him. Not like you haven't heard it already, but since I referenced it.
It's your dreams that will separate you from a sheep. Sleep, dear one,
I
sleep.
think my cat's gonna come and hang out and stream with us.
It's your
Nice.
He's our number one fan.
We will have lyrics at some point
You
here
got 'em, we
soon.
got 'em.
Oh, we do. We do have lyrics on the site. JC will. Yeah, so that's Sleep. That's the story behind it. It was the first, like I said, it's the first song we recorded, and then it was just like, that sounds great. Let's do this thing, because like, why not? And just took us a year of doing it in our spare time.
I have super vivid memories of recording the drums for Sleep. Like I can vividly remember getting the Logic project, downloading it, and I remember being like, I don't like these drums. And just putting my own on top of it and be like, do you guys like this?
Well,
And I
yeah,
can-
that's exactly what we asked you to do.
And I can remember JC being like, oh my God, like freaking out.
They were
It was
killer.
amazing.
Yeah, well, when we listened to it, we were like, it sounded like Ian. Like we had played with Ian for whatever, a year and a half or 2 years in our
I
other
think it was
band.
2 years at that
2 years
point,
in our other
yeah.
band, and like Ian has a specific like drum voice, and like it translated into MIDI, and we were like, yeah, that's him. So yeah.
My cat is going ham right now.
All right.
you guys, so it's gonna be me and cat
Performance
for the
time?
rest of the night.
Getting closer, I think. You can start getting ready, maybe, but
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm still on camera when I'm getting ready, so
I'm still on camera. It's only
Yeah.
a little weird.
You're
So
on
David, why
stage.
do you record in a closet? Let's talk about that. Are you
because
gonna
I
get
had
a
nowhere
nicer-
else to like to sing. It's like I at our other house, like our neighbors were really close. I mean, they are now too, but I just like feel self-conscious singing sometimes, like really belting, and then yeah, David in the closet. That's
Yeah.
what happens. Well, I feel self-conscious like belting, and so like at our other house, like the closet was like blocked in by all rooms. There was no outside walls, so I was like, okay, I can scream as loud as I want in here, and like no one's gonna hear me. So that was it. And also like, I mean, it's better. Like you can put. It was a closet, so it was full of clothes, so it was absorbing all the sound.
Sure. I think it's at the end of Is This Blood? Right before
The
like
scream?
the song gets like real big. Yeah, that like falling on the ground, whatever part before everything happens.
I'll pull it up
I
here.
can remember listening to it and being like, oh, I could hear David like really struggling for this.
Just screaming. Here it is, everyone. And that was it. that was the David stretch.
The David stretch, yeah.
All right.
Stretch, just a elongation of your bleeding vocal cords.
Yeah.
Something you probably
David,
should-
next slide, man. You're always a slide behind. I have perfectly queued up visual to get this audience really hyped for your live
Hey,
performance.
we've retained
look
our
at-
15 folks, 15 to 18 this whole time. I love all of you.
It keeps going back and forth. I don't know who 3 people are coming in and out, but it's good. Look at that. Next up, guys, live
that
acoustic
slide.
performance. Actually live, not like that previous thing that we tried on you earlier that we probably didn't fool most of you.
That also
Live.
means we get to hear it, which is nice, because now instead of me just having to sit there hoping that David cues me back in, I can hear it. We're like, oh, hey.
Yeah, we are learning our radio broadcast things.
Yeah, this is the whole thing.
While David's almost ready, I want everyone to think about if they would like to come back and watch us do a weekly podcast of talking about nonsense once a week on Twitch. We're debating if this should be possible. So think about that. Well,
Liz the Elf has voted yes, so yes,
that
we're
song
doing it.
that was in that room where he performed a nice natural reverb that we actually collected in that room.
How did you collect it?
I put a microphone on the other end and we.
Oh,
I have,
that
I
was
have
less
a
exciting
sound
than I
engineering
thought
degree.
it was gonna be.
And also, we collected a bunch of gnomes in the backyard.
Oh yes.
Scattered throughout the room. We had them absorb the emotional, acoustical.
All right,
vibe.
I'm set, gentlemen. All right, here we go.
There's the echo.
All right, I'm stealing the camera. So,
As he would.
and I mean, if there's audio problems, I'm just gonna play through. So I apologize in advance, but I think it should be fine. We tested it out. There's an echo. That's good. There should be a little bit of an echo on my voice. So I'm hearing it's a bad echo.
Just go. You're good. You're good.
Should have fixed it there.
Cracking sounds of falling leaves, chilly parks from winter's breeze, and long memory. Happenstance by chance for granted, dancing eyes for catching glances. Love, are we? Break apart, but holding on, we're safe. Lose ourselves, begin again. We've made it. Soliloquy in dried up ponds can fill the reservoir with song and quiet revelry. Wonderland dust from distant lovers, somber gray, but nothing's brighter. Oh, we need break apart, but holding on, we're safe. Lose ourselves, begin again. We've made it. Tackle box and tattered sweater, scorch the earth, but hold the lighter. All we see, break apart, but holding on, we're safe. Lose ourselves, begin again. We've made it.
All right.
Do we do a clap? I don't know.
We do a clap clap.
I'm clapped. I clapped.
Sweet,
for
David.
You. Is that song inspired by Fleet Foxes? Is that a true statement?
Fleetwood
No,
Mac.
I just like it. I don't know. It was late one night, and we didn't have a song for like when they get to the separate and like live their life. And I was just like sat down, and I was like, all right, like let me figure this out. And I had this idea for like a little finger picking thing. And thanks everyone for the applause in the chat. I had a finger picking idea, and then like I just kind of wrote it, and I was like, okay, that sounds decent. And then like went through like 50 iterations of like how it's gonna sound, and sent it to Jonathan, and we decided on one. So
What was cool is we started recording it in kind of a louder full band version, which was okay, but it was kind of like missing something. It felt like it was just not quite right. And then actually when we were recording together one time, we kind of prepped and got together towards the end, and he just played it in that room by himself. He was kind of doodling on it and just singing a little bit with it. And I was like, this is freaking fantastic. Like, screw the version that we had with some drums and some bass and stuff. Let's just do this in this intimate kind of perfect moment. And so it was great. I think we just kind of recorded it right then.
yeah,
Kind of a one take through. And so it was a pretty cool kind of experience.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And JC even got a picture of it.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Anyway, yeah. So that was that.
And that was what? We Made It, track 12.
We've
on
made
the
it.
record?
Track 12.
Yeah.
Next slide, David. Come on.
Next
You're
slide.
always a slide behind.
Always a slide behind.
We don't have any other acoustic performances unless you really want to start doing it, which I mean we could.
We can do. If you tune in next week, we'll have another one for you.
Oh.
Let's do it. Who wants us to come? Who wants to tune in next week and just do this?
I do.
terribly?
That's who.
Let's see.
There are 13 people. We could probably enumerate them one by one and be like, do you want to go?
Is there a?
I think probably not. I think this is going to
Probably
be
not. I think this is our cap.
Maybe.
Yep. Not only is this our prime, but this is also our last prime.
So was that the last part of this? Was there?
Well, now it's the Woody Banter post show.
The post show
think that was
show
pretty good.
post. That was the end. So check out, listen to it if you're interested. You can always reach out because I'm sure all of you are close to us in some way if you want more info. But we're gonna hang out and talk for a couple more minutes, I think.
I have at least a few topics to bring up. So if you guys want to hear us, stay on. Otherwise, thanks for joining. Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about the mic?
What mic? We already talked about the mic. You want to talk about the mic again?
I want you to teach me about the mic. Yeah.
What? The old mic?
I want to learn more. I want you to explain
What?
the 3 prongs of XLR.
Oh, show
to me
show
and then
everyone the
tell me
mic
what
that
those
you have,
prongs are.
Jonathan.
Oh, I have these old mics that I
You have to
stole
show
from-
the camera.
I'll get them.
He's admitting to. Look at him, guys. Jeez.
Yeah, see, Coolio Kid even wants you to. Coolio Kitty wants you to see it, man. Are you gonna let Coolio Kitty down in their time of need?
My high school was built in 1957, which someone on this chat already knows about too. since he was valedictorian of such high school. Anyways, we were getting all new audio gear when I was in my senior year there, so they were throwing out all this old stuff that was in the like audio room in the music area, which was like a PA announcement microphone from 1957, and there was like a shotgun microphone from 1957, which sounds terrible. And then like instrument microphones, which are good for miking up saxes and other things. But I was explaining to Ian is until like the mid 60s or something. I forget exactly which year. I should know this more. But they changed the wiring type in the 60s to an XLR, which is, anyone who knows audio knows that's kind of a 3-prong in a circle. But you can see this is actually a 4-prong with a little bit of extra elements to them in a circle. So non-compatible. You can actually convert it over, but that's why these microphones are pretty useless, and they also sound pretty terrible. But they're cool looking.
They are cool looking. I agree.
That's that fun story. I don't know. What else do you want to know about that, Ian?
I just want, what do the 4 prongs do, man? Tell me. Teach me. What is, because what, in XLR, isn't it hot, cold, and ground? Aren't those the 3?
I don't. You're gonna test my electrical engineering knowledge. Well, we call them in when it converts over to a single, it's tip ring sleeve, which is the point of its being it's a balanced system. Which when it's balanced, it has kind of a ground, I guess, to it. I don't know how that works, but
okay.
Let's move on.
Is it stamped with property of Meriden Public Schools?
There's one that's etched, I believe. There's one that says M6.
I was in a band that was pronounced Meridian Phase. It's very
Meridian.
close to Meridian.
I think is it Meridian?
Meriden, come on,
Meriden.
guys. Our new
what name is that?
Secretary of Education. What's his title? He's from Meriden. We saw him the other day on TV.
Wait, what is Meriden?
It's a place, I guess.
Is that a place with which you can live?
It's a euphoric place where Atlantic was born. Come on, guys.
Meriden. Oh,
You have not
Connecticut.
the folklore.
Oh, Connecticut. It's in Connecticut, for everyone wondering. It's Connecticut.
Also a folkloric place where all of our characters are from.
Oh, yes, Connecticut. Truly the most inspiring of concept records. All
Speaking of who's from Connecticut, includes the Carpenters, which is me. Do you know who else is named Carpenter? There's the guy from the Deftones. Have you heard about this, guys? So Stephen Carpenter, right? He's the guitar player, not the really really long kind of like Hispanic guitar player, but the other guitar player, right?
The other guy. Okay.
He's Stephen Carpenter, so he's the white guitar player guy. But he was on an interview the other day, and he was talking about flat Earth and how do we know that the Earth isn't flat? What is your proof? And so I'm wondering, as my cousin, which of course he is because his name's also Carpenter, so he has to be, right? And we play guitar, so we have to be cousins.
Of course.
Honestly.
Should I also be a flat earther, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, probably. Actually, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you probably
was-
should
I
be.
mean, I thought this would be more
There's
debate, guys.
no debate.
but-
Absolutely.
No, I don't think there's absolutely any debate there.
I think
you go for it.
I think your significant
Between-
other would love that.
Do flat Earth and then go QAnon, and then once you hit full QAnon, then we'll be ready.
Then you go to
it'll be
reptilian
like-
level.
Then you go to the then you go to the reptile.
Yeah.
I think that's about where I can write the next EDM songs. I feel
Well,
like
yeah,
that's
maybe.
where Dragon came from, was in that reptilian state.
Yeah,
wasn't it, David?
exactly.
Maybe what we should do, make like 2 more records under the separated, and at the very end just make it about how, oh, actually this is about flat Earth. And just ruin everyone's preconceptions with the record.
They're all
so
dead.
everyone will be
This
like,
is all a dream.
this
You've
is all a
already.
Oh, wait,
dream.
this is
You can't announce this now. We
Oh.
have to hold this secret back.
Well, the 12 of you still watching this, you're in on the secret. Album
They're in
number
on the
3.
secret. Surprisingly, only 3 people left the actual show, and they're all hanging out. in
The post show is where it gets nitty gritty. This is where we
the post
In the
shows where it's
nitty-gritty.
at.
the sensor gets off. David starts breastfeeding. It all goes down in the post show.
The slide. He's never behind a slide anymore because we're all done.
Now I'm ahead of slide. Check this out.
It's
Setting
just-
up. Please stand by.
You ready for next week?
Wow. Yeah, we're just gonna be here until next week, and then we'll still be here. This will be the same thing.
What's this about Sparta?
What about Sparta?
Oh yeah, we're
Oh,
talking
the
about.
band. They're coming back. I can't believe that.
we're saying how there's all these shows have been canceled 5 times over, and so I was really excited back in like November of 2019 that there was going to be a Sparta show in like April of 2020 in little venue in San Francisco, and then of course it was like March 2020, and then they said, cool, we're gonna like do this in like the fall, and then I was like, we're gonna do this next spring, and then we're gonna do this like next fall, and then they're just like, we're just not being a band anymore. I don't know. So
They broke back up.
hopefully
From the pandemic.
that'll still happen at some point. Yeah.
I actually really kind of hope they broke back up from the pandemic. I hope they had like the hope to try to get back together, and they're like, you know what, fuck this, like, we're done. We can't do this anymore.
They're great. I think they were the better half of the breakup of At the Drive.
No. Don't you go there. Don't you go
Of course
there.
I'll go there.
Don't you go there. I got Coolio Kitty in my corner over there. He's ready to help back me up on this one.
What did
no,
he
the
call
Mars
it?
Volta is superior.
Why are they superior?
Because they are, and I said so.
But see, so I like hooks and hits, right? I like things I can sing along with.
There's hooks and hicks in the Mars Volta. There's also like acid trips and 18-minute long drum solos. How do you not like any of that?
Yeah, see, that's why. So that this is why they separated, it's why what made At the Drive both brilliant and very volatile is they had to mix of that.
Is that what actually broke them up? I actually didn't. I didn't really know what broke them up. I just
What broke them up?
I didn't get into it until they were already like well into the Mars Volta. So like,
I think the
was
biggest
just
thing
like,
was
oh,
their
that's the one
personality, just
band.
kind of like the two shared lead singers, right? With the kind of just couldn't quite have a collaborative
Yeah.
mindset of how to kind of balance that thing, right? So that's where they said, okay, like we're kind of in two different shifts and two different mindsets. So it made also beautiful sense when they broke up. To
Beautiful
know.
sense. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
beautiful sense.
That's great.
Quite
That's a great
poetic.
band or album name.
That was like you're saying. Like I remember. I feel like there are many things I heard over the 2-year stint.
Are you
that I saw
calling
your
me
faces
out for
every
my
week.
my phrases?
And I think one of them was that would be a good band name. The other one was like Cliffing was another one that
That
we
wasn't
heard all
me.
the time.
Anyways,
That was
I don't know anything much about Mars Volta or Sparta, so I had to contribute to the conversation somehow. So all I know is that we covered One Arm Scissor, and it was really fun. That's all I got.
I have a deep cut video of us playing One Arm Scissor, and
Oh.
it's still to this day
You gotta
great.
share that.
Yeah.
we gotta post that up.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You'll have to go through the 30 minutes before of me playing drums and like the 30 minutes after of me playing
Oh,
drums.
is
It's
this
somewhere in the middle?
Is this one of those zoom ins of just like your left hip?
Indeed. It is indeed one of those.
Pretty good. All right.
Yeah, very important. Very important to the sound quality that you get just the left hip.
All right.
Oh,
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out this week. We'll be back again next week or some variation
Live
of
in Santa Barbara or Mexico.
was my shirt on? I
Wait,
don't know.
It's
Was
never
my shirt
on in these shows. Next week we'll look at pictures of Ian and videos of Ian playing at live shows.
You know what I should do? I'll play the separate songs live up here with my shirt off.
And GoldenEye,
we'll
Kevin.
just take and GoldenEye, yeah. We do have the technology. Yeah, we could do it. We got this.
When is our Weezer album coming out?
That was JC's idea, and I'm still mad about it.
I mean, I still have
still
my
angry
my
about
it. Wait, what
Vox
are you
down
angry
here
about?
for it.
I'm still angry about it. Don't you remember? I threw like a whole fit. I was like, I don't really like Weezer, you guys. And
Well, none of us did. It was the best balance we could have.
Because there was a Green
That
Day
we all
cover
could
band
agree
and we
on.
wanted to play with them. I think that's why. And then we learned like
Oh,
40
there was a
Weezer
Green Day
songs.
cover band. Oh,
There was all kinds of cover bands. But
I
yeah, there
forgot
was
about the
not a
Green Day.
Weezer cover band in the Bay Area. So we figured let's just
Keep
cut our
Weezer.
losses and let's go with it.
Let's just cut our losses.
And no one wanted us.
Working beans,
It's because I
Julia
didn't want
Hills later.
you know.
And yeah, it became that was the rough times.
rough times.
It's still up there though. Keep wheezing, guys. It's
Keep wheezing.
Keep-
go follow us on Facebook.
That's a good.
I think we've yet to post, but we have like 30 followers, so it's pretty good.
We're ready. We're ready. We're gonna play all those Weezer songs I don't know.
Thanks, Derek, for quoting my my lyrics through this. I think there's been a couple times where he's thrown in some
I think-
lyrics.
I think Derek's the true MVP.
I know,
Unless he just went
seriously.
to unless he's just on like Bandcamp and he's just like copy pasting lyrics like haha.
Of course, but why not?
Fair enough. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, actually paid attention when I explained where to get the lyrics. So
That's true. Yeah. They're learning.
I wasn't even paying attention. I'm not 100% sure I could get the lyrics except for the ones that I wrote.
oh yeah, there's several of them that are still inaccurate because I tried to get David to actually
Oh yeah,
put the right ones that he sung down, but we're working on it.
right.
It's
Because
work in
all my
progress.
never mind.
We're working on it.
David has a chore to do, but he hasn't done it.
So if you follow along, it's a little off. Just
Everyone
just go with it.
Keep putting pressure on David and you'll get the correct lyrics.
Derek, you can give those edits to Jonathan, and he will make those corrections. Okay, everyone, it's time to sign off.
Oh, yeah, 9
Keep
o'clock.
wheezing,
Wow, that was great.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Keep wheezing, everybody.